What's up, everybody? It's me, Jack Slater, the one, the only, the comic outlaw. Yeah, check us out on YouTube. And now we're back to Maximum Carnage, part 13 of 14. Yes, yes, finally. We are winding down to the conclusion of this slugfest, this battle for New York. And we have someone who's back to life, of course, Dagger, in the last issue. Speaking of which, that light is shining bright. It's both captured the interest of Team Spider-Man and Team Carnage. Everyone is frozen in their tracks. And Spider-Man is basically stunned at this point because Dagger had died, or they thought she died. She disintegrated. Shriek had vaporized her. But there she stands back with Cloak behind her. Cloak and Dagger back together again as one. Both darkness and light together. And there she stands in all her glory, ready to fight. And Shriek is basically having a panic attack. You know, she killed her, and she's just wondering what's going on. And her buddy tries to help or try to calm her down, and she blasts him. I mean, this is the problem about Carnage, you know, when there's a bunch of maniacs. You don't exactly know what they're going to do as far as companionship or helping each other out. But anyway, she fires a few blasts, you know, trying to take out Dagger. And Dagger's having her way with her, firing off light blasts, basically neutralizing her. And of course, they want to help her, but Carnage is kind of holding them back, you know, as well as Cloak holding back the other heroes. This is personal. This is between them. This is something Dagger has to take care of for herself. And she tries to reach out to Shriek and reach her inner light, making her see past the darkness, making her see that little tiny bit of light that's left in her. And it stuns her, only for a moment, until she returns to her evil side. The darkness takes over. The wave of evil comes over her again, and she wants to destroy. She wants revenge, and she fires back, "I hate you," and with a big blast. And this drains Dagger mostly at this point because she shoved a lot of energy in her, and she did make her see the light for a moment, but only a moment. Now Dagger may be the cure for this craziness that's going about too that Shriek caused. But anyways, Carnage comes, picks her up, and he was actually just curious to see what would happen too. But anyways, they're regrouping right now, and they're trying to plan out what they're going to do, or basically where they're going to show up next to murder a bunch of people and do what they do. And Spider-Man shows up. And of course, when Spider-Man shows up, he has to deliver a grandiose speech, because damn it, it's the 13th issue of 14, and he hasn't done anything but complain and whine the whole time. Oh, and also fight with Mary Jane. But here he stands, ready to kick some butt. Yup, and Spider-Man lets the ass kicking begin. Boom, boom, he dodges, he goes for Carnage. And yes, Spider-Man has his spider sense, he has his wits about him. He has years of experience fighting different villains. But this is what I keep telling everyone, the numbers game. No matter how good the hero is, and you can watch any wrestling event and they'll tell you, if they're outnumbered, eventually they're going to get trampled on. And Spider-Man is no slouch, but eventually he gets caught. Carnage catches him. And Carnage, of course, is gloating, doing what Carnage does, getting ready to finish him off. But Spider-Man stands tall, he escapes. And even though he's battered, tattered, and a little shattered, he's ready to rock. He's ready to stand his ground and hold his own. Because he's not running away anymore. He's not backing down. He's drawing that line in the sand here. And here he will make his stand. And what Shriek tries, that power where she tries to influence his mind, bringing out the darkness in him, the past defeats, the darkness in his soul, the loss of people that he could never get back. And she keeps pouring it on and set into this darkness with Spider-Man. At that last moment, something comes out. An energy beam fires out from nowhere, bringing Spider-Man back from the brink, and it's Deathlock. They've invented a machine where the ray kind of comes out and it neutralizes Shriek's effects on people. And it also neutralizes her powers, as well as a few of her compadres. And they hit her with that energy beam, and it just basically sucks the life out of her. And what it does is it also, in some ways, brings out your inner light too. just like she brings out their inner darkness, and it's kind of the opposite of her power. And of course, this ray gun also, by chance, neutralizes the Demon Goblin, because of course it does. This is the 13th issue after all. And he falls to his feet, defeated, beaten, and jaded. And Spider-Man's kind of counting his blessings at this point. And they fire the beam at Carnage, and Carnage is kind of fighting himself because he is darkness. He is pure darkness, and the light is sort of destroying him. And he can't take the constant barrage of goodness and energy, and it just kind of creates a boom and sends Carnage up in the air, and it just lays a big sonic explosion. Boof. You can see it through the city. Now, is Carnage gone? His Shriek lies there, passing out. Captain America stands over her. And it seems like the people are kind of recovering. Charon, or whatever his name is, the guy that would rot people out, I guess he's turned back into his human form. And they find Carnage, his body, lying there. They didn't want to kill him, but I guess there was no other way. Now Spider-Man's sitting there, kind of going over the day's events, wondering if he should call Mary Jane right away, or if he should wait a little longer. And of course, while he's reflecting, Venom shows up. And Venom, basically wants to reunite the torch for the old grudge. He's upset that he didn't get to kill Carnage. And of course, Venom himself is also weak from the torture that he endured earlier. So they're both kind of battered at this point. And then who arises out of the water? Carnage. Yes, it was a fake out. It was one of his victims and part of the symbiont. But Carnage is here, ready for one more round. And it's just Spider-Man and Venom. Will they possess the power to stop Carnage? We'll find out in the last issue, won't we? And I'll catch you on the flip side.